Hi, everyone. Robin McCoy, a Texas Realtor with Keller Williams, and welcome to another episode of Relax, I Got This. And in our Agent to Agent series, we're headed to Milwaukee, Wisconsin with my friend, Chris Ruszkiewicz. Chris has over 30 years experience in this real estate game, so she's seen all the different markets. First licensed in 1994, she worked as a new construction consultant for a custom builder. In 96, she moved into the residential real estate sales and has been loving it ever since. She has obtained her broker license in 96 and worked for two other brokerages before landing at Keller Williams Realty as one of the first 5 investors in that brokerage. Today, she has a great team that continues to build and grow. She has educated, guided, and served many clients with just under 1,000 sales. So stay tuned.
A real estate transaction is potentially the largest investment we make in our lives. Whether you're buying and selling your personal home or investing in real estate, you need the knowledge to make the right decisions. Get ready. Robin is a Texas Realtor and has the experience to give you the information you need to make the right decisions. Welcome to Relax, I Got This with your host, Robin McCoy.
Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. I appreciate your time.
Hey, Robin, no problem. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Well, we are in Milwaukee today. How's the weather up there? Is it cold?
It's chilly and raining, but at least it's not snow. So that's a good thing.
Okay. So when I introduced you, you've been in this business over 30 years. So you've been down the real estate road for a while. Tell me how you became a realtor and kind of what that the Cliff Notes version of then to now.
The Cliff Notes version. So my husband and I were in the process of building house number 3. We had a passion for building new construction, and the builder said to me, you're really good at design and understanding what works for you. You should come and do this. And I was like, okay, my degree's in accounting. I'm working, but there's no connection here, none. And yet I was bored with what I was doing. My husband's like, I agree with him. I think you'd be great. Go for it. So I did. I was in a place where I could just say, okay, let's see what we can do. And I loved it. A couple of years later, the hours were a little bit tough with kids at home. I was recruited by a local company, big company. And from there on, just stayed with residential real estate, resale real estate, and just really grew and learned a lot about the business side of it. And lo and behold, we were launching Keller Williams in Milwaukee, and I was asked to be an investor in launching a market center. So now I get to be a market center owner, and coaching and training after all these 30 years, and especially imparting the wisdom when we have a shift in the market and being able to talk to these younger agents who have not been through it. You have to say, don't panic. Things happen. This is normal.
It's the economy, right?
It's the economy.
Whether it's real estate or anything else, this is what the economy does.
Yeah. And then they kind of get, sometimes I think the funniest thing is when I'm training and I said, you have to understand, I started in 1994. There was no internet. We drove all over the place. We delivered handwritten contracts everywhere because there wasn't. Fax machines still had the curly thermal paper.
You had to go to every office to get the keys to open a house.
Exactly. So it's evolved. I'm like, you guys have it easy. Trust me, it's all good.
This is nothing. So are you from Milwaukee? Were you born and raised there? Is that you've just been there forever?
Yeah, we have been here forever, born and raised in Milwaukee. We actually cover Milwaukee and Waukesha County because it's kind of all one big metropolitan area now with suburbs. I actually grew up in a suburb in Waukesha County, but literally 5 minutes out of Milwaukee. So this has been the area that I've always lived in. My family is, for the most part, still here. My husband, the same. So we know it really well.
You've been there a minute. So you've sold almost 1,000 homes in the Milwaukee area over the years. What are some of the things that you've seen in Milwaukee specific, as far as maybe growth or the changes in those? Maybe you don't need to do 30 years, but even in the last 10 to 20 years.
Yeah. And that's a great question because we've seen so many changes. A lot of the businesses that were in downtown or just south of downtown, those buildings became vacant. And now most of them are condos, some are apartments.
Okay.
And what's happened in the downtown area and just south and just north for those buildings being converted, we're seeing a lot of baby boomers that are saying, "Oh, my kids are gone. I'm going to go live downtown so I can walk everywhere and go have fun." So that's been a big change because that's happened probably over the last 15, 16 years. So that's been really good. We've also had a lot of the older neighborhoods have a resurgence where, people have gone in and bought these beautiful older, craftsman bungalows and everything, and they're restoring them and bringing them back up. And so we're seeing this, a lot of people going back to the city.
Yeah. Yeah. We've seen some of that here in Dallas as well.
Yeah. I mean, they want to walk. They want to walk to local restaurants and, walk to the library with their kids. And so we're seeing an awful lot of that. And that's really cool because we're seeing the city really change and grow. And these older properties and these vacant buildings be turned into residential, condos and single family homes has really helped a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about Milwaukee itself. What is the big industry there other than beer? That's the only one I know.
Well, beer and bowling. Everybody knows about beer and bowling. And
so those are the two that I know. I'm sure there's something else.
Actually, there's a lot in and around Milwaukee. I mean, Rockwell International is huge. There's lots of engineering here. What I love about Milwaukee most is that it's really, we have a lot of restaurants and we have a lot of culture. And I think that's a big piece of it. A lot of industry in it is more the engineering, and like Northwestern Mutual is here. Their international headquarters is downtown. So we have a lot of that going on. But I think that what's most amazing about it is just the different ethnic cultures, and Summerfest is the largest music festival in the world. But what's cool about it is not, have you? It's awesome. It is so cool. And we are so lucky to have that along the lake. But what's cool about it is those grounds also host Festa Italiana, Irish Fest, German Fest. And so you really get to go and understand, because there's all these groups there, and they have tents with photos and historical stuff. And so you really understand how the city of Milwaukee grew, and how one area, the third ward, was where the Italian community was. So it was kind of by wards. And to understand that history and how housing played into that, where there were certain areas where these were the business owners of Kearney and Trecker and the big manufacturing companies at the time. And then this area was like the mid-level managers, and this is where the workers lived. And it's a really cool history. And now it's all blending together, which is really awesome.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home in the bustling DFW area? Look no further, because I am Robin McCoy, your trusted real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty. For over 15 years, I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate the real estate market here in DFW. So whether you're looking for your dream home or aiming to sell your property for the best price, relax. I got this. As a seasoned professional, I'll guide you through the entire process, ensuring a smooth and stress-free experience. I understand that buying or selling a home can be a significant decision. That's why I pride myself on providing exceptional customer service. I'll be with you every step of the way, answering your questions and addressing your concerns. So why take a chance with just any real estate agent? Choose me, Robin McCoy, the professional who has proven my excellence in helping both buyers and sellers in the DFW area for over 15 years. Call me today at 214-226-3770 or visit my website at robinmccoyrealty.com. Let's make your DFW real estate dreams come true. Relax. I got this. I lived in Minnesota for a long time. So you get that winter where everybody is inside, right? Because it's cold, and there's a lot of, typically, I mean, it's been changing a little bit, but typically there's a lot of snow that doesn't go away. So when the spring comes, the people in Milwaukee and Minneapolis, they get outside. And so those festivals are, they're everything. It's what we
They
can
are.
do in the summer.
They are. The festivals are everything, and we're very fortunate that Milwaukee County has an amazing park system. And then they set up beer gardens with music in the parks during the summer too. So there's a lot of outdoor activity. A lot of times they'll have things for kids going on as well. I know one of them we went to with grandkids, and they had a giant Jenga game that the kids could play. And so it's nice to be able to get out because, like you said, winter, we're not going anywhere. It's
and
cold.
cabin fever is real. Cabin fever is real. So, well, tell me about the growth of Milwaukee. Do you see a lot of people moving in and or out of the Milwaukee area?
I think it's the growth is there because of the resurgence on some of the these buildings with the condos and being baby boomers being one of the largest buying groups. It's been interesting to watch even friends of mine say, well, my kids are gone, I'm going to go downtown. Now, some of them don't stay long term because they're like, okay, I've had enough of the traffic.
All right, I tried that.
Yeah, tried that. But many of them are staying and they really enjoy it. So we're seeing that those people from the suburbs coming in from other parts of the country. We're not exactly a big destination. It's not like Chicago or Dallas or something, New
Right.
York and stuff. But we do see them coming in. We also have a couple of big manufacturing plants, and SC Johnson Wax is just south of Milwaukee County. So we do get a lot of people that they bring in that are moving into Milwaukee County. So, but it's not a big resurgence in one direction or the other. It's more suburban baby
People
boomers
just moving within the area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
now,
mostly what we
I
see.
knew some people that would even work in Chicago and live in Milwaukee, that they would commute to Chicago. So is that like a close commute?
So,
I'm sure it's by train.
Depends on where they are. So we do see a lot of people in Chicago or Northern Illinois that live in Wisconsin a lot. And the commute, depending on where you're going, is either 60 to 90 minutes max, which is why I like living where I'm living. Because if I really want to see something in Chicago, I can get on the train and be there in 90 minutes and I don't have to drive. But yeah, we do have a lot that live in Southern Milwaukee County that drive. It's also, a lot of those people one works in Illinois, one works here.
Right. And so it's kind of a compromise.
A compromise as well. But there's a lot to be said for, being in Wisconsin. Taxes are a little bit less, so, and oftentimes it's one is in Illinois, one's working there, one's working here. So yeah, we do see quite a bit of that. A lot of them that we're going to come over the border.
Buy here and I'll make the commute. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a lifestyle choice too, right? Mm-hmm. You may work in a downtown environment, but in Chicago is that. I mean, downtown Chicago is. So, it's a lifestyle choice that I don't want to raise my kids downtown Chicago. I want to raise my kids in a, just a more suburban.
Right. That's a big reason why a lot of them are in, especially the suburbs that are in the southern part of Milwaukee County, which is where I live. The school districts are very highly rated. And so that's a big draw as well, that you have highly rated school districts that are public schools that you don't have to pay for. Otherwise, if you're looking for private schools, we know they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And, even parts not too far from here, southern Racine County, which is 10 minutes from where I am, those school districts are good as well. So it does bring a lot of other people into those areas because of it. I know the people that bought our house before we bought our condo they were chemical engineers for Johnson Wax, for SC Johnson, but they wanted the specific school district. So they were willing to make, and it was only a 20-minute commute, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's easy. If I can get to where I'm going in Dallas in 20 minutes, like, where is everybody?
Well, I've been there, done that. Your traffic is crazy.
It's crazy, and it's not getting any better. I don't, I'm not sure how we're going to deal with all of this. So tell me what, you like I said, you've been in real estate a long time. What has kept you in it? What is it that you is your passion about it and why you love it and stay, in it. It can be a crazy job.
It is a crazy career. And first and foremost, people who are in sales think differently. People who are in real estate sales are all about the relationship and how cool it is to give somebody the keys to their first home. To be able to work with someone. I mean, one of my favorite stories is a younger couple, and he had come here from Peru, and they bought their first home. And the tears from him, I came here, I never thought I could own a home. That's where your heart goes. I got to be a part of that. And that I'm grateful to be able to do that. I'm grateful to be able to help a family when they've lost a loved one and they have to sell mom's house. And I'm like, let me do it for you.
Yeah.
Let me take the burden of getting the home ready and getting it sold away from you. You go take care of yourself and your family. That means a lot too, to be able to do
I
that.
agree.
It's really it's being able to give and to help people, because home is where the heart is. And I know that sounds trite, but it is what it is. And to be able to help people with that, just even after 30 years, still brings me joy when I get to go, yes, you're offer not accepted. We're rocking and rolling. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Yeah, exactly. And I feel the same way. I can tell you what my job sounds like based on that person that thought they could never get a house and even had an agent that was not serving them well. And when she got the keys and I heard her go around the corner to the parking garage out of the title company, and she squealed with such delight.
Yes. Yes.
And I said, that's what my job sounds like.
Yes.
And it is. It's so gratifying when you can help someone get to where they want to go.
Right. 100%.
Regardless of what that is.
That's why I love what I do, even after 30 years. And now with having the experience and a lot of the education that I've had to be able to help others grow their business and to be able to serve more is really, really brings me joy. That's been a lot of fun to kind of evolve into that piece of it.
Yeah.
Has been really
cool. You've got all that. You've got the NLP training, life coaching. I think you were doing some other KW high level coaching. So that's a big part of what you do as well.
It is. And I think with all of us with a long-term experience in this business and having hit the highs and the lows, I mean, I will never forget going 6 months in 2008 without a closing, without a phone call. I mean, everything just shut down during the recession. And I remember that feeling. And I'm like, okay, I made it through. And if I can make it through, I owe it to the people in my office to help them say, okay, you can make it through this. I've been here. Let's work on this. That's a big piece of it. And this job can be very, very taxing if you let it. And, we know there's a lot of agents that, I have to work 24/7. I have to tell people I'm available all the time. Well, you don't. And to be able to be the coach to say, look, let's work through what's most important to you in your business. And let's figure out how you put your family first.
Yeah.
And that's what, I mean, I have a client that I've been coaching for over a year. And in the beginning, it was like, I just want to be home at night to tuck my girls into bed and I can't do it. Like, well, let's figure out how we
can.
And we did. And he's doing great. And that, I mean, when his wife came in and she was pregnant with their third and they just had the third baby and hugged me and said, thank you. I think I got him back.
Oh, that's...
Well, this industry can eat you up. And, you let
it, I mean, if you let it, it can be, because you're trying to be everything to everybody and every client. And while, we all want our clients to think that they are the only one, and they are when I'm talking to them. And I think that that's a big thing that, realtors like yourself that have been in this business that long have learned how to to manage multiple clients, whether they're buyers, sellers, or coaching clients, as well as your family. You've got grandkids, you've got kids, you've got all these things, and still being able, I always say with grace and style, to be able to serve your clients at the highest level as well.
Right. And I didn't do that in the beginning. I didn't do that either. And I was at the office till 10 o'clock at night and running around. And part of that was, we were handwriting offers and we were hand delivering them. And, you're in the car and you're all over the place doing all this stuff. And I did that. And I finally went, well, wait a minute. I'm missing stuff with my kids and this is not good. And I had to really think about, how do I set boundaries? How do I set expectations? And then I had a coach at the time say, pick a day during the week that you're off. And I want you to change your voicemail to say that you are not working. You've caught me, you're calling me. I'm sorry, this is my day off for my family. I will call you back tomorrow morning. It took me like 2 months of her coaching me for me to even do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everybody respected it as soon as I did.
Well, and they will, right? Clients want you to be at your best so that you can be your best for them.
Be the leader you know you can be. Build your professional network and access education that takes you where you want to go. We are women of all ages and backgrounds. You deserve national recognition and opportunities to build relationships with people you want to work and grow with. Hit the ground running with the Charisma chapter of the American Business Women's Association. Meetings each month from 6 to 8:30 p.m. on the fourth Tuesday in Farmers Branch, Texas, and online. Come with us. Experience ABWA for yourself. Go to charisma.abwa.org to learn more.
Clients want you to be at your best so that you can be your best for them.
Well, and then when you tell them, and they were like, well, why didn't you tell me that before? Of course you should be with your kids. You don't need to work 7 days a week. Yeah. My question isn't that important that I need you to call me back right away. Yeah. No one is, so you can do it.
It's possible. It's possible. And again, I think our clients that want us to be rested so that we can pay attention to them.
100%. 100%.
So let me ask you this. If someone is contemplating a move to the Milwaukee area, for whatever reason that might be, what should they know? What questions, when they call you, what questions should they be asking about learning if Milwaukee's where I want to be and where in the area I should be?
I think actually it's me asking them questions. What's your lifestyle? What's important to you? Do you want to be able to walk? Do you want your kids to walk to school? Do you want a bigger lot, more land in a subdivision that's a little bit more rural? And really get to know them, because anything and everything they want is here.
Okay.
And that helps determine where they want to be. So, you've got great schools all over the state of Wisconsin. We've got, great schools. That's a big plus. If you're a foodie, Milwaukee rivals any big city on food for sure.
Well, you put in your bio something about a chef's event, the chef event that's coming up.
We have several chefs that have been nominated for a James Beard Award. And so there's 8 of them, and then they're doing a chef's event. So you can go to each place and get off of a tasting menu. So we have a lot of fun with that. They have, so there's the culture is here. We've got a great museum. We have a beautiful zoo, so there's features like that. I mean, my grandkids, we go to the zoo all the time. So there's a lot of that, and it just depends on what you want. What is their lifestyle? And I'm sure we can find a place to match it. One of the places, we just had a client that was moving up here from Illinois, and they wanted to be on or near water. Well, Waukesha County, which is part of the area that we serve, has what is actually called lake country. Okay. And we call it,
okay, we got that.
We have an office there, and it's called our lake country office. And so, there's a lot of lakes, and there's all different styles of homes. Some of them are very expensive. Some of them are not, but it's and what's cool about it is now those areas, each of the little towns has up really, really cool downtown areas.
Isn't it great what they're doing is revitalizing these
Yes.
small town
Yes.
downtowns?
And it's these downtown with great restaurants, and you can just park it and walk and go to a little craft shop, and then they've got art stores with paintings and pottery and stuff and handmade jewelry, and then go have dinner. And a lot of them are on the water, where they're either on the river or the lake, and you get to have dinner on a patio and you're on the water. And they're really have revitalized these little towns. So, and again, that's depending on where you're at, it's maybe a 30 to 45 minutes to downtown Milwaukee. So you're still close enough, but you can still be further away and a little bit quieter if you choose to.
Well, and that's one of the things about Wisconsin is the number of lakes and rivers and trees. And, it's beautiful. I just can't. Minnesota and Wisconsin are beautiful. They are beautiful. I just can't handle the cold. I can't do it personally.
See, and I couldn't handle your heat.
That's right. That's why we are where we are, right?
Exactly. And we love it. And we have a lake property in northern Wisconsin. And it's beautiful. It's peaceful. The kids love to fish. The grandkids now love and breathe. My 5-year-old granddaughter likes to ice fish. And I'm like, no, Nana's sitting in the house by the fireplace and she'll watch you out the window. I'm not coming out.
You draw a line somewhere. But some of those ice fishing houses are nicer than the houses that people live in.
I know.
Like some of these guys will deck out their ice house and forget about the house they actually live in.
Yeah, but it is. Wisconsin's a great state. It's beautiful. You can go, hiking trails, and the Glacier Trail is beautiful, and Kettle Moraine. And, so you've got a lot of opportunity to have really great day trips or weekend trips with your family and not have to go far. Devil's Lake. Of course, we have Wisconsin Dells, which is the largest water park city in the world. It's crazy. But it's fun.
I have a couple largest of.
Well, this one's it's pretty, and they're all over the place, and it's fun.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of opportunity without having to go far. And you have Chicago 90 minutes away if you want to do really big city stuff. So I just love the location. The community is we find ourselves being really friendly and talking to strangers in line at the grocery store. And when I try that in other places, I have an older son that's in the military and he's been all over the place. Nobody else talks. They'll look at you like, right?
That's because y'all are all locked up all winter, and so you're tired of talking to your family. It's like, oh my God, it's another person. Let me talk to them.
So yeah, we have been here all our lives and we still love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. See, that's a testimonial right there that you're not looking to get out, right? That you're, it's like, this is
February, yes. The rest of the year, I'll stay.
Yeah, January, February, it's like, okay, this has got to end soon because, can't take it anymore. So let me ask you this as we wrap this up. We've talked a lot about, about the real estate trends and what it looks like, the areas. What is something you would want people to know, not only about yourself as a realtor and your ability to help them, but as, about Milwaukee as in general?
I think that I want people to know that Milwaukee is a melting pot, that we have great communities, great diverse communities, and, just a lot of family things and a lot of good things to offer in the city of Milwaukee itself. I think that my knowledge of all the areas helps people to really determine what's best for them. What areas work for them based on their lifestyle. And it's just, we still get concerts and we still get plays and we still get the culture. And there's just so much that people don't know about. And I think that's really important to know, that we're kind of like a mini Chicago in some ways.
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of the stuff that, the plays and the concerts and things that go there, but we don't have all the traffic in the giant, city. So it's just a really, I've always found it to be very welcoming. and
That's awesome. Yeah.
and just really fun, and it's become very diverse, and I'm really happy about that.
Well, that's great. That's great. I am so thankful for you and grateful that you took some time with me today to tell us all about Milwaukee and yourself, as agents. And Chris and I are a part of a couple of the mastermind groups that we work with agents all over the country. And when we say we actually know people everywhere, this is just kind of showing you that we actually do know people everywhere.
We do.
So here's Milwaukee right here for you. If you're moving in, out, or around Milwaukee, I hope you'll give Chris a call. She is phenomenal in her knowledge and what she does. So
thank you.
Don't miss getting in touch with Chris. And thank you for joining us. And thank you for tuning in again to Relax, I Got This, Agent to Agent. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. Who knows where we're going to be.
Thanks for joining us for Relax, I Got This with Texas Realtor Robin McCoy. Check out all the show notes for contact information on Robin and her guests and to access your free buyer and seller guides. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a conversation. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Relax, I Got This with Robin McCoy.